Hi everyone, welcome back to Infinite Magic YouTube station. Today we want to show you guys how to smudge a house, especially if you've just moved into a new house or a rental property. We've got Allison on here, who's a shaman, who's going to share with us how to do a shaman smudge, which is a little bit more than a normal smudge, but I thought we'd make it a bit more exciting. But it's very similar to a normal smudge, and it's really important to smudge your house of negative energies. It's a bit like an energetic house cleaning with smudge. So hopefully we can give you some tips and show you how to smudge and give you some insight, and we'll pass it over to Allison.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
We're back again.
I just want to add on to what you just said before about clearing the house of negative energies. You actually also want to clear the house of any previous tenants or owners and any previous energies that could have been 5 years ago as well. So this is why it is actually quite important to smudge a house and your property or your land. You can smudge anything you wanted to, because what you're really doing is actually clearing out the old energy, and whether it's negative or whatever, it's old energy that you don't really need anymore. So yeah, I just wanted to add that part in.
Yeah, it's really important to do this, as we both discovered. I've just moved into a place a little while ago, and the amount of earthbound spirits, entities, just stuff from the last tenants was really full on. So we've done heaps of smudging, heaps of clearing, and the house is totally different. It's phenomenal, and we've been given this house to have a play with. So we're going to be smudging this house, and in the process have some fun at the same time.
Yeah, awesome.
So just quickly go through what you've got there.
Okay, so what I have here is what everyone pretty much knows is the basic smudge, the sage. So this is the sage here, the sage leaves, dried sage leaves, and dried sage leaves are good for cleansing. Then you have cedar grass, and cedar grass is also good for cleansing and purification as well. I've also got here sweetgrass, and sweetgrass is to actually call in the good spirits. Now the key with the sweetgrass is that it is plaited, and what you want to do is you actually always want to take from the bottom end. You never take from the top end, because it disrupts the energy for some reason. So you always cut off a piece from the bottom end. And then I also have... Oh,
It's got a mind of its own.
it does. And then I also have tobacco. And tobacco is for the offering. It's an offering to Mother Earth. So all these things that I have here are actually all earth elements. They all come from the earth.
What's this, a feather?
So this is a feather. So you can use anything that you want to help move the smoke. I like using a feather, and it just brings in the air element. Traditionally, that's what the shamans used to do. Native American shamans, they used to use feathers, obviously because they didn't have paper. Back then, I'm guessing. So yeah, they would use a feather to help just move the smoke into all the corners.
But you could use, if you didn't have a feather, you could use your hand.
Of course, yeah, of course. You can use paper, your hand, cardboard. You know, you don't have to have a feather.
You'll see later on when we actually go around the house what Allison does. You'll get an idea how it works. It's pretty simple.
And then I have a bowl. So at the moment, I have a shell or an abalone bowl. You don't have to have one of these. You can use a normal bowl. I like using this because it also brings in the element of water as well. So when I'm doing all this kind of smudging, not only do I have the earth, the air, the water, and then lighting everything brings in the fire element. So I've actually covered all 4 elements.
Yeah, you have to.
You know, when you when you do the smudge.
I never thought of all the working of all the 4 elements. Yeah, that's really clever.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And then also what I like to do is just when I start off a smudge, I like to honour all the 4 directions, and that also ties in with the 4 elements as well. So yeah, that's pretty much, that's the ingredients for doing a smudge with all these things. Like Jayson said before, you don't actually have to have all these things.
You can just have the smudge.
You can just have the smudge.
Just have the smudge.
Yeah.
That's what I use. I used to use smudge.
And the smudge is awesome. You know, you don't have to. But me personally, I actually like to incorporate all of these because this is how it's traditionally done.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a lot more powerful too.
Yeah,
that's what I've
is.
noticed.
It is because each one has its own unique gift to bring to the clearing.
Beautiful. So let's get started on putting
No
it all
worries.
together.
Okay.
We'll leave you to it. So what are you doing now?
I just put a bit of sage in. And with the sage, like Jayson said, what you can do sometimes is you can actually clear all the energies from everything that you do. Yes, sage is awesome for clearing your house and everything, but what I've actually discovered is that even the sage itself may have contaminants or impurities that have, when it was packaged or when it was grown, there could have been some kind of something, you know, might have come onto the sage or any of these elements. And like Jayson showed in the previous one with the orgone, is how to clear it with the pendulum, which we can show you again at the end of the show.
That's a good idea,
Yeah. So and I did this. I actually have done the process of clearing all the elements with the pendulum, and I felt an instant shift when I lit the sage again after I cleared it. The flame just took to the sage immediately. It was absolutely incredible. So I could actually feel and I actually could see the difference in all the elements once I cleared them with the pendulum. So it doesn't hurt, even though these are awesome, this is what you use to smudge a house, doesn't hurt to clear them as well. So we'll just get back to it.
And we've just learnt that recently too.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, so it was an awesome experience. So I've put the sage in my shell. So again, sage is for cleansing and clearing. And then I put a pinch of cedar. And that's for purification and cleansing as well.
Okay, so now we're doing lemon grass, yeah?
Yes. So now we're cutting the lemongrass. Now with the lemongrass, you just need a small bit. You need a small bit of lemongrass. You don't need to cut a big bit. What I like doing is just having a tie at the end, just so that you know where it is, and it also holds the braid in place as well. And then last I put in the tobacco, and that's the offering. So traditionally back in Native American times, and what they would do is they would actually give tobacco as an offering to Mother Earth. So whenever you take something from Mother Earth, you actually have to give something back in replace. They possibly didn't have a lot of things. Tobacco to them is really sacred. Smoke is actually very, very sacred. So the tobacco itself is actually very sacred. So if they were taking something, so even if it's a stone or a leaf, whatever they needed, they actually would replace it with tobacco, and the tobacco is the offering, is the gift. So tobacco is actually very sacred and quite important when you're doing a ritual like this.
Okay, so we're going to start lighting. Woohoo! It is actually burning a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So this is one you've cleared.
This is the stuff that I've cleared.
So what we're after is smoke, isn't it?
Yeah. So when you light your sage, you don't want it can burn. You can leave it to burn, but you do have to blow it out. Because what ideally you want is the smoke. You don't want the flame.
That smoke is the smudge.
That's exactly it. And sometimes what may happen is that you may need to light your smudge again because sometimes it can go out. So what we're going to do is now what I'm going to do is just honour the 4 directions. Again, you don't need to do this, but if you want to, it's entirely your choice. You can just stand in all 4 directions. I like to start in east and then work my way around. I like to start in east, and then that's just, saying hello to the sun. Then you go to south, west and north, and that just completes the cycle. You can do whatever way you want it. If you like to start in south, you can start in south if south is your favourite direction. But you don't actually have to do this. This is just something that I do. So I'm just going to welcome the sun, welcome the east. And just call in the energies of east. And east is all about, air. It's all about the head. And then we're just going to call in the energies of the south. And south is all about earth. And then west. And west is all the energies of water. And then north, and north is all about fire. And then what I also like to do is just, call in the energies of Pachamama, Mother Earth, Gaia, and just thank her, because she's our true mother. She supports us through everything. She provides us with everything and always giving. And then I like to just thank Father Sky, universe, universal energies, and all those energies that are here to help and support us in true love. Okay, so that's all the directions, Mother Earth, Father Sky, all done. And then what I like to do is you just start, and you'll be guided. You may you may brush over one area, or there may be an area that will, you'll stand there for a long time. And those areas that you stand there for a long time, they're the ones that need extra attention.
And sometimes when you're doing this, you might pick up things that you are clearing as well, yes?
Yes. And sometimes what happens is that try not to miss a spot, even in the corners. If you can't reach to a corner, try and wave the smoke in that corner, because sometimes what may happen is that there may be a spirit, they just like to, they like to sit in corners sometimes.
We've had lots of fun with that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really smoking up now. So I'm thinking that's needing a bit more clearing. It's good. It's making up really well now.
And if you're not sure about sage, if you want to read up on sage, read up on sage. There are scientists have proven that or shown that using sage actually helps with clearing, but it also helps with ourselves, like our own personal contaminants within ourselves as well. So if you're not 100% sure, do your research.
Maybe you can give me a quick smudge.
Yeah.
Show everyone how to do a smudge on somebody.
Yeah, exactly. What is good with the sage is when you buy them, they also come in bundle packs as well.
So whereabouts can you buy these products?
You can get them from a New Age store. That's mostly where you can get them from. And don't worry if you're smudging and ash flies all over the place. It just happens. So for some reason this area just needs a bit more attention. And that could just be because of where this lamp has been previously.
Mm.
And even if you are wanting a feather to do a smudge, you don't have to have a single feather. Even some of the shops have an actual smudging feather, or they sell, what I have seen is wood that is carved into a feather to represent the feather as well.
Mm.
So you can actually do that too. So you see in areas like this, I like to get in here.
Yes, behind the fridge.
Because what happens with spirit and energies is they work differently. They're not like us in physical form, so they can stand behind that fridge because they're not part of the physical world that we are in.
I suggest that when you do your housework, what I like to do is do a smudge afterwards, just to really clean the energy on all levels.
So what I also like to do is open up all the cupboards and you just smudge inside the cupboard.
Especially if it's a new place you just moved into, you would really detail.
Yeah, so what I like to do is if it's in a brand new place, open all your cupboards up and smudge inside the cupboard. So you can see how quickly that has actually burnt.
Yeah, there's not much left now.
So
can I have a little bit more?
Yep. You can see how quickly that's burnt. So I'm actually going to need some more.
Mm. Yep.
And there's no right or wrong when you're doing this. So for some reason, I need to be down here. Again, that could just be where the chairs come from. And like I said, don't worry about the ash will get everywhere.
And I found out with smudging that the negative energy, or I call it dross, likes to be in the corners of rooms.
Yep.
Builds up in the corners.
Yep. Okay, so my smudge has pretty much gone out, so I'm going to need to get some more.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so I'm just putting some more sage, cedar, sweetgrass and tobacco into the smudge bowl. When you're finished, what is good, what I like to do is, because everything it's been given by Mother Nature, by Mother Earth, once you've finished and you've got all the ashes and everything left over from the smudge, just give it back to Mother Earth as another offering. And just say thank you for providing me with all the abundance that you have always provided. And it's just a nice way to finish off your smudge and your clearing as well.
So could you put that like into a pot plant, or could you just on the grass outside?
Yeah, you just put it on the grass outside.
Okay.
It does, yeah, wherever you choose, front, back, doesn't really matter. It's just a nice way to thank Mother Earth for everything that she's given us as well.
I love that. Thank you.
No worries. So yeah, I hope enjoy.
So that's pretty much how you do a shaman smudge, everyone. Thank you so much, Allison, for sharing that. That was really insightful and really, there was a lot in there.
Thank you so much.
And the house feels heaps better. It's a bit smoky, but that's okay. The smoke will dissipate in how long?
The smoke will dissipate as long as you keep the door open. The sage does have a significant smell, so don't be too concerned. The smell will be around for a few days. So, and after a few days it will dissipate. But just make sure that you always have a door open when you're doing the smudge, and just remember that the smell will dissipate. So don't stress too much, it'll be fine.
And windows, you could leave windows open too?
I would suggest after a while,
Okay.
leave windows open. Do whatever feels best, what is best for you. For me personally, I just leave one door open and that's the invite to leave. But if you feel that you would like to have the windows open and you have the intention that they all leave through the windows and the doors that are open and nothing comes back in, then you can also have the windows and doors open. There's, like I said, there's no right or wrong to this. It's just my own preference that I like to have one door open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just follow your intuition, everyone.
Yeah.
And, or follow your gut, and just go with it and just practice it.
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong.
No. As long as you set the intention,
Yeah.
everything is all intention, and you are strong in your intention, nothing will go wrong.
Yeah, and you can get your kids, if you've got kids, you can get them to help you as well. Bring some fun and joy into it as well. And that brings up the higher love vibration of the home as well. So, yeah, the whole family can get involved.
Yeah, of course.
You can do one each.
Yeah, you can smudge each other. It does not hurt, like, believe us, it doesn't hurt at all.
Smudging each other is really, really, really good.
Because it adds to the connection as well of the whole family.
Yeah. So thank you again for watching. Thank you again, Allison, for such an awesome job.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys later on. And blessings to you all. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
See you later.